the Bloop. In 1997, scientists listening to underwater microphones deep in the Pacific Ocean detected a sound so powerful that it was heard over 3,000 miles away. They called it the Bloop. At first, researchers thought they may have discovered an unknown sea creature larger than any animal ever recorded. The sound didn't match submarines, earthquakes, or known marine life. But here's where it gets disturbing. The noise came from one of the most isolated regions on Earth, a place so remote humans almost never visited. This immediately triggered theories about giant hidden creatures living in the deep ocean. The real danger is that humanity still knows almost nothing about what exists that far below the surface. Scientists later suggested the sound likely came from cracking Antarctic ice. But even today, the Bloop remains one of the creepiest ocean recordings ever captured because for years nobody could explain what made it. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. In 2011, treasure hunters scanning the bottom of the Baltic Sea discovered something that looked impossible. Sitting nearly 300 feet underwater was a massive circular object with strange lines and formations surrounding it. The shape looked so unusual that people immediately compared it to a crashed spaceship. But here's the problem. Divers investigating the object reported strange electronic interference whenever they approached it. Cameras malfunctioned, satellite phones stopped working, some equipment completely shut down near the site. This is where the mystery exploded online. Certain images made the anomaly resemble a giant stone structure deliberately placed on the ocean floor. Scientists later argued it was likely a natural glacial formation, but many people still remain unconvinced. The real danger is how little visibility exists in deep underwater environments. Even today, the bottom of the ocean hides enormous structures humanity can barely study properly. The giant squid. For centuries, sailors described massive tentacled creatures dragging ships into the darkness below the ocean. Most people dismissed those stories as myths. Then scientists finally discovered the terrifying truth. Giant squids actually exist. These creatures can grow over 40 feet long and live in deep ocean regions humans rarely explore. But here's where it gets worse. Scientists only managed to film a live giant squid for the first time in 2012. That means enormous predators existed in the deep sea for centuries without humans ever properly seeing them alive. Their eyes are the size of dinner plates, specifically evolved to detect movement in total darkness. The real danger is that deep ocean ecosystems remain almost completely unexplored. If creatures this massive stayed hidden for so long, scientists wonder what else may still be living in the crushing darkness thousands of feet below the surface. The Yonaguni Monument. Off the coast of Japan lies one of the strangest underwater discoveries ever made. Divers exploring near Yonaguni Island accidentally found giant underwater stone formations with sharp edges, massive stair-like structures, and flat surfaces that looked almost artificial. Some researchers believe the site may be the remains of a lost ancient civilization swallowed by rising oceans thousands of years ago. But here's the disturbing part. If the structure truly was man-made, it could completely rewrite parts of human history. This is where the debate becomes intense. Certain scientists insist the monument formed naturally through underwater geological activity. Others point to symmetrical shapes that seem too organized to be accidental. The real danger is that oceans may hide evidence of entire civilizations humanity has completely forgotten. Rising sea levels over thousands of years could have erased ancient coastal societies long before recorded history even began. The pressure there is so extreme it would instantly crush most submarines and kill humans immediately. Yet somehow, life still exists there. Scientists have discovered horrifying deep-sea creatures with transparent skin, giant teeth, glowing bodies, and eyes adapted for eternal darkness. But here's where it gets terrifying. Some creatures survive entirely by feeding on dead animals slowly falling from above like underwater snow. Others generate their own light to lure prey directly into their mouths. This is where it becomes almost alien. Conditions inside the trench resemble environments found on distant moons more than Earth itself. The real danger is that the trench remains barely explored. Humans have visited the moon more times than the deepest parts of the ocean, meaning unknown species could still be hiding there right now. The Titanic wreck. When explorers finally located the Titanic in 1985, they expected to find a frozen time capsule resting peacefully underwater. Instead, they discovered something haunting. The ship sat nearly 2.5 miles beneath the Atlantic Ocean, slowly being consumed by bacteria eating the metal itself. Personal belongings remained scattered across the seafloor while parts of the ship looked eerily preserved in darkness. But here's the disturbing part. Certain areas of the wreck are now collapsing rapidly, meaning the Titanic may eventually disappear completely. This is where it gets emotional. The deep ocean preserved the tragedy for over a century while silently destroying it at the same time. The real danger is that extreme ocean pressure and corrosion eventually erase almost everything humans place underwater. Even one of the most famous ships in history is slowly vanishing forever beneath the sea. The underwater river. Flowing across the ocean floor was an underwater river complete with banks, waves, currents, and even waterfalls. If it existed on land, it would rank among the largest rivers on Earth. But here's the terrifying part. The river forms because extremely salty dense water sinks beneath lighter seawater, creating a hidden current system deep underwater. This is where it becomes unsettling. Entire landscapes exist beneath the ocean that resemble alien versions of Earth itself. Researchers found channels, valleys, and flowing currents hidden in total darkness far below the surface. The real danger is how little humanity truly understands about deep ocean systems. Massive hidden environments continue operating silently beneath the sea while most humans remain completely unaware they even exist. The lost submarines. Scattered across the bottom of the world's oceans are dozens of missing submarines that were never fully recovered. Some vanished during war. Others disappeared mysteriously during training missions. In certain cases, entire crews were lost without anyone understanding exactly what happened. But here's where it gets chilling. Some wrecks still contain nuclear reactors and dangerous weapons resting silently underwater decades later. This is where the mystery deepens. Deep ocean pressure crushes submarines so violently that certain accidents happen faster than the human brain can even process pain. The real danger is psychological. Oceans are so vast that vehicles carrying dozens of people can disappear completely without leaving answers behind. Even with modern technology, humanity still struggles to locate objects hidden deep beneath the sea,